Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
And good Friday morning to one and all. Now, I'm going to describe to you folks out there what just happened here before the show started. And the reason I'm going to do this is because it's pretty amazing to yours truly. Brent and I were talking, as we always do, almost always, before the show starts. Sometimes we don't say anything, but This morning we had a little chat. And just after actually the Cal Mood, Brent decided he was going to take his hooded sweatshirt off.
Yeah.
And I understand that. All of a sudden, it could get hot
it's
in here.
It's a little warm in here.
Yeah, we could get guests in and really warm the place up. And I understand that.
Yeah.
But what amazes me,
yes,
and what amazes our listeners, and for those of you who are watching, I don't think the camera was on yet.
No, I tried to do it quickly before the camera came on.
It did not mess his hair up at all. If a lot of people would pull that hood over and you'd have to get out a comb or, at least run your hands through your hair.
Well, I just got my hair cut, so it's short, so that helps.
Yeah.
And but no, I'm gonna be gone this afternoon and gonna be outside, and the wind's supposed to. I don't know if you heard this or not. I think the forecast said the wind's supposed to blow.
Really?
Today. I think so.
Gosh, that's a big change.
I know. So I put a little extra spray on the hair today since I'll be out in the wind.
I don't think it's going to help.
No, probably not.
The way it's been blowing lately. Good grief. Well, Brent, we've been talking every day pretty much about getting or needing some rain, and we got another 600s in the past 24 hours as of 7 o'clock. Yesterday, I was in this studio recording some things, and I heard this sound on the roof that we hadn't heard much of so far this spring, and it was rain hitting the roof. Came right down there for just a little bit, and it shut off.
Yep.
Just like a faucet. And so we got, 1,200s in the last couple days. But we're starting to hear these reports of the weather that you were covering Thursday night. Couple inches up. I think Barb Cooksley was on Brownfield yesterday up at the Cooksley Ranch, and they were blessed with almost 2 inches, I think. Mm-hmm. And there's some other reports of that coming in. Unfortunately, like Burwell, where you were that day, had that storm that just sat there and circled. And some of the folks there got hailed on 5 different times.
Wow. I know we read some reports that were filed with the Weather Service that night of hail that was at least 1 3/4 in diameter.
There was some big stuff.
Yeah.
And yesterday, Joan told me at the house, and it might have happened here too, I didn't go outside when we got that rain, but she said there was some very fine little hail.
Oh, really?
With that rain, at least at our place. So, as usual, you get a lot of different things in a lot of different places. But to the north, Valentine, I think they got nearly 2 inches. Ainsworth got some hard stuff, and they had some light thunder and lightning before it rained that caused several fires up there. Mm-hmm. So, it's just, you never know how much people are getting or whether they're getting the good kind or the bad kind. But I guess it got rough over at the Calmus near Burwell. Mm-hmm. So I hope all you folks out there have recovered. I did see a video that, Bill Hart and his family, I think theirs was just to show that it could rain.
Yes.
Because you drove through rain around Sargent, I think.
Yeah, I was coming home from Burwell. Now, this would have been earlier in the evening before it really, like you said, just kind of settled there. So, I ran into rain, once I got to the 183 junction there and started heading towards Sargent. I want to say maybe 10 miles outside of Sargent to the north, it started to rain on me. Then came down pretty good, but then when I got into Sargent, it was raining, but then it started to let up. And, just had a few maybe a little light rain once I left Sargent. And then, of course, by the time I got here to Broken Bow, wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, we started hearing stories coming in yesterday in the latter part of the morning and afternoon. And, of course, Brownfield did a good job. They talked with several of our folks in this area that received some measurable, some good precipitation. And so that's good to hear. I don't know if it's just all of the chatter about the weather, about it always being extreme, or it's really happening. But we just can't seem to get the good old-fashioned, just a general rain, just a general good rain that covers a good amount of area and just rains.
Yeah.
It's got to always be, thunder, lightning, wind, 80-mile-per-hour winds over at North Platte, busting off trees. And look at what's going on down south in our country. Just that's Tornado Alley now rather than here, it seems. It's just all these weather changes are kind of disturbing, kind of weird, and always spotty. Like we've been having moisture go around us all winter and all this spring. Like we're the eye of the storm here. But, it just seems like everything has to be so rough, and so extreme. And you want the rain, but you don't want to be hailed on 5 times.
Yes, yeah, right.
Gosh,
yeah.
So nothing we can do about it right now, or maybe at all, I don't know, but it's a fascinating trend we're in and a tough one for some people. So we hope you folks that went through Thursday night that got the rough stuff are okay and it didn't do too much damage, but some of that stuff was pretty good sized up north, and if you're going to go 5 rounds of it, something's going to happen. So, gosh darn it. The Prairie Pioneer Center today, they're having tomato bisque soup, cottage cheese, ham and cheese sandwiches, and fruit. And the number to call, 872-6121, if you have any questions or if you're new and decided to go today, or bring somebody along if you're a regular. And you can also use that same number to set up home delivery if it's time for that, if you feel like you want to have that done. Yesterday they had Name That Song, and next Thursday, Broken Bow Chamber Executive Stephanie Graffel will be speaking.
Singing.
Oh, she's going to be singing.
I think so.
She's a good singer.
Yep. Yeah, she has a beautiful voice.
They'll enjoy that. Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
She'll probably speak a little bit too, but...
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Gosh, they'll enjoy that. All right, today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday, and tomorrow is the Broken Bow Citywide Cleanup. And they'll be taking trees up at the dump and all sorts of other things like wood pallets, grass clippings, leaves and yard waste, garden waste, flowers and bushes. They even take clean concrete, in other words, concrete without any rebar or wire in it, and trees and branches, of course. And they'll be doing that from 8:30 until 12, and then 1 until 5:30 tomorrow. And it's free. There's no charge. And then also on Saturday, May 24th, they'll open up the gates for free as well. And the Broken Bow Citywide Cleanup tomorrow, there'll be between Tomahawk Park and Paul Brown Field. The city and volunteers will be there from 8 until 3, and they'll accept brick and lawnmowers, old bicycles and things like that, miscellaneous metal items. They will also accept automotive batteries, so if you've been wondering how to get those dispensed of correctly, they'll be taking automotive batteries and appliances without Freon. They will not take tires, paint, motor oil, lawn and garden chemicals, or household waste and chemicals, and nothing in liquid forms. That's taking place tomorrow here in Broken Bow. Happened to catch an article in the Arnold Sentinel about their cleanup that they had recently. The amount of volunteers they had and the amount of projects they took on was amazing. They've always been big on recycling in Arnold as well, and they had an effort there to get things cleaned up, but congratulations to any of you communities out there that are doing those cleanups. But I won't say how many volunteers. I don't have the paper in front of me, but half the population must have got out and worked on the town, which is pretty cool.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, you want to play the game?
Here we go. All right, we've been asking questions about days in May that may or may not have changed the world. Here's your question for today. What incredible feat was finally accomplished for the first time on May 29th, 1953?
53?
There's your key date, May 29th, 1953. What happened on that day? The Vatican allowed television cameras for the first time. The Church of England discussed having women priests for the first time. A ship sailed around the world for the first time. Or the summit of Mount Everest was reached for the first time. What incredible feat was finally accomplished for the first time on May 29th, 1953? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Good morning.
The Nebraska State Bank family wants to take a moment to congratulate all the area graduates. From judging their 4-H and FFA events to teaching them in the classrooms to helping referee their sporting events, throughout the years, they've had the privilege of watching these students grow and flourish. And they look forward to watching them succeed and thrive after graduation. Henry David Thoreau once said, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined." Everyone at NSB wishes our graduates a happy journey to accomplishing their dreams. Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Myrna, and Callaway. Member FDIC.
At Varney Pharmacy in Broken Bow, they care about your health and your wallet. Save big with Lita brand products like 24-hour allergy relief comparable to Allegra, or all-day allergy tablets comparable to Zyrtec, but for less. Same trusted ingredients, affordable prices. Struggling with dry, itchy, allergy eyes? Blink Eye Drops offers soothing relief you can trust. And for complete eye health, grab Ocuvite or Preservision Eye Supplement Soft Gels. Swing by Varney Pharmacy today. Your neighborhood pharmacy with big savings on the brands you trust.
All right, we have Billy on the line. Good morning, Billy.
Good morning, Dave and Brent.
Billy, I don't know if I want to talk to you or not.
Why?
Because what in the world? Your Cardinals can't lose, and I'm not happy about it. They're like winning all the time.
Well, guess what? That's why they're a powerhouse because they don't have Goldsman anymore, but they still got Arenado, and they still win.
Oh man, I was. Of course, my Cubs are off to a pretty good start. So
yeah, they are.
I brought up the standings the other day to look, and I'm like, I bet we're about 4 or 5 games ahead of everybody. And then I'm like, whoa, the Cardinals have. What'd you win? Like 9 or 10 in a row or something?
11. We won 9 in a row, and then we lost a game to the Phillies. Then we beat them again the other night in Philadelphia. You know how good that is to beat them there?
Yeah, it is good to beat them. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Billy, here's your question for today. What incredible feat was finally accomplished for the first time on May 29th, 1953? The Vatican allowed TV cameras for the first time. The Church of England discussed having women priests for the first time. A ship sailed around the world for the first time. Or D, the final choice, Billy, the last one, the summit of Mount Everest was reached for the first time.
I'm going to say D.
Hey, I think you're right. Good job.
So, you know what tomorrow starts, Brent and Dave?
What's that?
American Legion Baseball starts tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think the 18U Spirit softball team plays over the weekend, too, I think.
Yeah. Ida, my friend Ida, she calls me old fart sometimes, and I go watch her play sometimes. When I'm not doing baseball, I'll go watch her play and stuff, and if she needs help with hitting, I help her with it. But she doesn't need help when her hitting.
Yeah.
But I can't believe how good the Cardinals are doing. They weren't supposed to be that good. They weren't.
I didn't think so.
I didn't think they were going to be that good. Now they're playing good, and I don't know what to think.
Yeah. Well, it's we'll see how things happen. It's always good to hear from you, Billy. We appreciate you calling, and we'll get this certificate to you. You won a blizzard, by the way.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Billy.
Okay. Have a good day, you guys.
Take care. All right, Billy Bales. Pretty excited about his ball team. Pretty exciting news out of Grocery Cart, and we have the man with us this morning. Steve Fowler is here. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
It's good to see you again. Nice to have
Good
you
to
out
see
in
you
the
too.
studio.
Yeah.
See you at the store quite often, and I know that you visit with Joan just about every Thursday.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We appreciate Joan and everyone that comes in the doors.
Well, I take advantage of those specials on Thursday for how old? Brent was asking the other day, what's the senior citizen marker? What's the age?
Well, that would be debatable, but ours is 55 or better. Oh, gosh.
Just a few more months.
He'll be
Just
eligible.
a few more months, and I'll be eligible.
Oh, excitement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am kind of excited.
Well, it's a nice little discount, isn't it?
Yeah, 5%.
That's pretty
it's
darn
better
good.
than nothing. for
Yeah.
sure.
That adds up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
5%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I don't want to hold you up here. I know.
Oh,
you're-
you guys can talk about whatever.
Okay. Well, don't say that. What are some of the other discount days? Do you have Seniors Day and
That's all we've got.
That's what you got right now?
At this point. And then, the other discounts are all just our, weekly ad, our best choice and always save flyer. You can get a 5-cent back on reusable bags, I guess.
Yeah.
That's nice little discount there, I suppose. Otherwise, we've got our rewards program.
let's talk about that. We kind of spilt the beans here at the station, and
That's okay.
You've been promoting it, I'm sure, in other medias as well. But you've been working on this a while. Can you tell us the story on that?
Well, there's not a whole lot of a story, with technologies. Sometimes there's bumps in the road,
Yeah.
as everybody knows.
For sure.
Technology's great when it works, is my
Exactly.
standard, statement. So we've gotten through all those bumps, and here we are now, and it's up and running. So I'm happy for that. I know it's exciting to be able to partner with a local station for gas and fuel rewards there. So that was exciting to be able to try to do that, and now it's here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So now, just as before, when you had the discounts on gas, it's back, and only this time it's out at Trotters, right?
Yep. Trotters Woe and Go West.
West, out here. A good place to fuel up. We use it quite often on this end of town, and as you say, it's nice to be able to team up with local owners
Yeah.
as well. So how does that work? Because you can get discounts on gas, you can get other discounts, and you
Right.
can just get free groceries, right?
So let's just back up.
Okay.
Number one, if you aren't a rewards member, you can enroll at any time at the grocery cart. You just fill out the rewards application there at the store. You can do it in store. You can take it home, do it at your convenience, bring it back. The biggest thing is just give us at least 24 hours to make your card. We file them in our office then alphabetically, so we can hopefully find them as easy as possible and hand them out to you the next time you shop. Some folks ask if we mail them out. Not typically.
Yeah.
If there's no way for you to get it, yeah, we would consider it. But as many as we cycle through and as many reissues of cards that we do, we just house them in our office until you come pick them up. So, and then from there, you start earning points on your purchases. You get 5 points per qualified dollar spent at the grocery cart. There are bonus points items in our weekly ad, so I brought that today. So, for instance, currently, if you bought some, and I know Brent's all over this, Kraft American Cheese Singles.
Yeah, baby.
16 ounces.
All right.
That was not planned, by the way. I just saw it. I'm like,
That's
oh,
awesome.
this is perfect. $4.48, and you earn 500 points there. So you may ask, well, how do I use those points then? Yes, Dave's right. There are in-store promotions such as the free products with points. Those run for about a month at a time. We try to, get a good selection variety for the masses, there's no way for us to put a ton of those items on. It's not super user friendly. A lot of it has to be edited manually by me and make sure it's all working smoothly, the right numbers are in the system and all that. So for instance, you could take your 500 points earned on those Kraft American Cheese singles and apply it to a free with points item. So let's say you need some picnic beans, some Van Camp's pork and beans, 15 ounces. You can get those free with 400 points. So just by buying some Kraft American Cheese singles that are already on ad, you can then turn around and on your next trip get those beans for free. Now that kind of answers the question you might have is, can you do that in the same transaction? Well, our system's not quite that savvy, so you have to earn the points, then they're on your rewards account, and then you can use those points to get the free items. It can't happen all in one transaction.
Makes sense. Okay.
So there's those free with points items. We try to keep those fresh and keep them appealing. Like this time we had for instance some pizza crusts and some pizza sauce, maybe some breakfast items or some cleaning items, so something that you would typically use throughout your household. And then lastly, there's the gas rewards. They're back, thank goodness.
Yes.
It's been a little bit of a wait. We appreciate your patience on it and your understanding. And I told those that asked, you'll know definitely once we know and it's running, because we'll definitely promote it, because it's a big thing. A lot of businesses could do a lot of different things. Could we just have lower prices? I suppose, but maybe that's kind of boring.
Yeah, this is kind of fun.
You get to enjoy, maybe doing a little different things with your savings versus I'm just getting low priced items, and are they the right items for you and your family? We don't know what everyone buys on a weekly basis, and for one person, it might be always ad items, but for another person, it might be other things that aren't always sported on the ad. So this is a way for those folks to save on the back end of their purchases as well. So the practice at the pump at Trotters Woe and Go. Thank you, Trotters, for pairing with us. And a note there as well, be very patient with a new business that's new to a rewards program like this. They aren't going to always have all the answers right away, but they should figure everything out as they go. Mm-hmm. And the best practice is to have your large rewards card, your debit or credit card sized card at the pump. That will work the best when you go through the prompts at the actual fuel station there. So I tried it the other day, went very smoothly. And so essentially you start your process, you follow the prompts, you tap the rewards program specific to the loyalty program with the grocery cart. It asks you to enter your rewards card, which you do then, and then take it out when it prompts you to. And I believe then after that it asks you for the secondary rewards. Maybe Trotters has their own rewards program. You either use that or bypass that and then start your purchase, and it's just real smooth like that. If your receipt doesn't print at the pump, I assume they can print it for you inside the store. So
right. Yeah. Save some money. Yeah. And we were talking about this, I guess, when we were promoting it the other day. It's still a little distressing because even though gas prices are better than they have been at times, if you have any size tank on an automobile at all, you're going to look up and it's going to be $60, $70 to fill that darn thing.
Right.
And every little bit helps. So this is very, very good.
Yeah, it's nice to have it back. The free with points items were great, and we could have done other things, but we were holding off and hoping that this gas thing would get hashed out. Took a little longer than we'd hoped, but it's here now.
It's here.
And I tried to make the free with points a little better during that time frame where we didn't have gas, but I hope everybody was happy with those as well. During that time we didn't have the gas discounts, and now that they're back, everybody gets to enjoy all aspects of the program again. And gosh, we sure are blessed to have a good amount of local businesses that practice a lot of these things for our customers. So
yeah, good. And of course, everybody I think knows by now that you need to sign up first, as you said. You need to
Right.
get them started. Is there any expiration on somebody that signed up a long time ago? Do they need to refresh at all?
Well, you can always ask for a new card if you've lost it or
Okay.
what have you. You can even, if you think it's been, stolen or something like that, have that old card deactivated as well, and then we can reactivate a new card on the same account, and it's streamlined. The points don't get lost.
Okay.
It's tied to that account, and new cards can be applied to the account and
Okay.
made active and deactivate the old cards. So it's a pretty slick program in that regard. And so, yeah,
Okay.
pretty easy.
Exciting news. Specials every week, and look for those little specials all over the store that you put up.
Oh, yeah.
Those are always there. So you're always trying to save some money for your customers. And
Absolutely.
I think they appreciate that. How's your help situation right now? We have all kinds of businesses in who
Yeah.
very seldom say, "Oh, I'm fine. I have enough help." It's almost always, "Well, we could use somebody," or "We have some openings." Where are you at right now?
Right at the moment, I've had the blessing of holding on to a lot of our staff, and that doesn't mean we won't take applications. But right now, we're not in any major bind. We've made some decisions as of late, and I just want to take a moment, and hopefully some of our employees hear this. They don't get the praise and thanks that maybe they deserve. A lot of those folks are skilled individuals of many, many years, and I know the dedication that it takes to do that. So shout out to the entire team there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you wanted to talk about that we didn't bring up?
There's construction going on near the store. Just to be patient as you go by there. There are ways in. Like I think today there's a path that you can come into between the hotel and State Farm, as well as the adjacent one into our lot. The one that's closest to Pump and Pantry is closed there, I think, temporarily today. Construction's a pain, obviously, but the end result should be a good street there to travel through town.
So we've been thinking it's going to be nice, and they're on schedule, by the way. If
that's good.
The weather hasn't, of course, caused any problems with rain. So I think they were talking about maybe midweek next week switching lanes and starting on the other side as far as the cement work goes.
Yeah.
And so I think at the city council they said they are on schedule. So yes, it's a pain. You're right,
Yeah.
Steve. But
A lot of things in life are that way.
that's right. You got to pay a little to get something, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Also, congratulations. Your daughter graduated from Broken Bow High this past weekend. That's a thrill, I would imagine.
Couldn't be prouder of her, as well as all the kids that come work for the GK. If you're looking for a job, there'll be more openings in the future. If you're, a high school student, it's a nice part-time job, and you really do get rewarded at any job that you stay with. So I'm really proud of the kids. We've got 3 kids on staff, my daughter, and then Michelle Medina and Derek Techmeyer that worked basically 4 years for us. And
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
when
that's
when
great.
a kid has that kind of stick-to-itiveness. So
Yeah.
shows a lot,
It does, and they learn a lot.
Absolutely.
So if you have some youngsters out there that are moving into that mid-high school,
Right.
where they can work for 4 years for you, be a great lesson for them.
Absolutely. And Roy is generous with his scholarship, too. If you work for the grocery cart, there's some standards there. I can't remember if it's a year or 2 years you have to work there. You can apply for his scholarship, too, if you're pursuing some sort of college education. So it's kind of nice that way, too.
All right, Steve. Thanks for taking time to talk to us. I have to tell you, I'm not sure I buy the thought that you didn't plan on the sliced cheese thing.
I actually didn't. I almost laughed out loud before I started reading it. That's perfect.
It's been a while since we've seen you or had you here on the show. I'm glad you remembered the fact that I love Kraft singles.
Kraft singles. That
In fact,
plastic cheese, right, Dave?
Yes. I don't know why you can't get some Velveeta.
This coming from a man who promotes Velveeta, like that's real cheese.
Here we go again.
I mean, come on, you pick up Velveeta and it's not even in the refrigerated
Right.
section.
Exactly. I kind of agree with Brent on this one, Dave.
Deja vu all over again.
It's good to see you, Steve.
Good to see
Thanks,
you guys.
Steve. We'll take a quick time out, then we'll catch up on some news.
Wake up to the best.
I never miss a morning.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Are you or someone you know struggling with depression, anxiety, trauma, or other mental health challenges? Do you wonder where you can get help and support locally? An online list is ready and available for you that includes local, trained, caring mental health providers. Visit mhpcc.org. Mental health providers and services available in Custer County can be found quickly and easily at mhpcc.org.
Hey everybody, this is Andrew Mason with Rise Rehab and Performance. We are going to do another Stride Clinic coming up on May 17th, Saturday morning. So give 872-5800 a call to book your free appointment. During these sessions, the video technology we use is awesome at giving you great feedback on what you're doing well and what you might need some help with. So if you're wanting to become a better runner, whether you're a veteran marathoner or just getting into running, or even an athlete that wants to just get squared away so they can optimize their performance. Also, maybe you're not a runner. Maybe you're just a walker and have questions about your feet, your shoes, and you've heard about orthotics and want to learn about that. Whatever the case, we'll figure it out at your free session with Rise Rehab and Performance. 872-5800.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. President Trump is headed home from the Middle East with business deals for the U.S., but key diplomatic issues still unresolved. He says he does hope to sit down with Vladimir Putin on Russia-Ukraine peace talks.
He and I will meet. I think we'll solve it, or maybe not, but at least we'll know. And if we don't solve it, it'll be very interesting.
Palestinian officials now say at least 93 people were killed in overnight airstrikes in Gaza. The BBC's Yolande Nell.
9 Israeli strikes reported in the Khan Yunis area, and Nasser Hospital, the main hospital there, has been just overwhelmed. The corridors now crowded with casualties.
A couple of cable giants have agreed to merge.
Cox is football, and you're looking at football.
The $34.5 billion Cox charter deal would be one of the largest in the industry and across corporate America in the last year. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check for your wallet first, before hitting the drive-thru.
$6. Sorry, forgot my wallet. I have change, though. Here's 40 cents, another 40. Ooh, a bicentennial.
What's that?
Oh, gosh.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads. No. T-shirt cannon. I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost, so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KNOP, the North Platte Fire Department responded to an apartment fire at Heartlands Flats early Thursday morning. According to Battalion Chief Jeff Hankla, firefighters were dispatched at 4:26 a.m. Upon arrival, crews found that a balcony on the second floor of the Unit 92 apartment complex was on fire. Hankla said the 20 miles per hour winds made it difficult to put out the fire, but it was contained to that apartment only. However, the Buckle store located below sustained smoke and water damage. Residents received a text at 5:16 a.m. asking them to evacuate. Hankla said the fire alarms were going off when they arrived on scene. As of 7 a.m., crews were still on scene and have not been able to determine the source. The cause of the fire is still under investigation and no injuries were reported. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles,
Here's Isaac Lowenkron.
On Thursday night, the Denver Nuggets forced a Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals with a 119-107 win over Oklahoma City. Nikola Jokic, 29 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. Jamal Murray added 25. Game 7 on Sunday at Oklahoma City. In the Stanley Cup playoffs on Thursday night, the Winnipeg Jets stayed alive with a 4-0 win over the Dallas Stars, who still lead the series 3-2. The Carolina Hurricanes won at Washington 3-1 to take the series in 5 and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. Baseball Thursday night, the Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Athletics 19-2. Shohei Ohtani, 2 home runs, 6 RBI. He's now tied for the Major League lead with 15 home runs. And after the first round of the PGA Championship, Jonathan Vegas has the lead by 2 shots thanks to a 7-under 64 on Thursday.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. A high wind warning begins at 10 a.m. today and continues until 8 p.m. tonight. Slight chance for showers today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 65, northwest winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, lows dip down to about 39. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
When someone asks me, when is the best time to start saving for retirement, my answer is simple. It's today. Hi, I'm Tim McCaslin.
And I'm Janet Lawhorn,
your local Edward Jones financial advisors. We can help you build a plan for your ideal retirement by identifying your unique goals and help you keep on track to achieve them. The sooner you get started, the better. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to schedule an appointment today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
8:07, let's go outside and find out what it really feels like with Jack Simpson. Jack?
Well, good morning. Hopefully you can hear me pretty good. It's pretty windy outside. It's 53 degrees outside with sunny skies. Winds out of the southwest from 15 to 25 miles per hour. I'd say gusts up to 30 as of right now or more. Barometric pressure at 29.66, humidity at 62%. With all that heavy rain, I'm surprised we only got 600ths of precipitation in the last 24 hours, rounding the precipitation for this month from 40 hundredths to 46 hundredths. High yesterday of 71, overnight low of 48. Sunrise today was at 6:18 and sunset today 8:52, and I'm happy to say that all the birds have hatched.
Oh wow, really?
Yep.
All 4?
All 4.
That's wonderful.
All 4 robins.
And I just seen one peek his head up.
Oh. Will they talk to you?
Maybe.
Can you do an interview?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, I thought he would try, but I guess not. All right, so I want to know is what does it actually feel like?
Honestly,
Jack, I mean, the you got the wind blowing, so is the wind making it cold?
Yeah,
is it
with
comfortable
the wind,
or what?
With the wind, it's pretty chilly, honestly.
Okay, all right.
You want to get some little bird blankets then and put on those little birds, little
Yep.
robins.
I'm going to have to go out and see them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, are they thinking they're going to get fed yet, or are they just kind of laying?
You know, I think I saw the mom flying around with a worm in her mouth, maybe. I don't know. It might have been the mom. It might have been the dad.
Yeah, and they won't probably land until you leave, so I guess you better let them eat, Jack.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. We have babies.
That's right.
4 of them. That's pretty cool.
That is.
Now, I hope they all make it. That's not a very high nest. I always worry about it because it's just on the back of the satellite dish.
But
So
we've had, man, that has been a prime nesting spot.
Yeah.
Well, going at least all the way back to when I first started here, which was over 30 years ago now. I remember that was still a nesting spot. Every year it seems to be a nesting spot.
It does. And it's our backup dish, which doesn't get used for anything. So it's perfect. It's there in case the other one gets damaged. So it's a great bird birthing place.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll be back with the Eagles right after this.
When severe weather occurs, the outcomes can be devastating. Ranky understands cleaning up and returning to normal can be a long process. The trained personnel at Central Nebraska Diesel are ready to assist you in getting your irrigation system back in running order. With a variety of services available, equipment and repair parts, Central Nebraska Diesel can provide the help you need. Working together with Central Nebraska Diesel and Ranky will ensure your irrigation needs are met. Contact Central Nebraska Diesel, your local Ranky dealer, and see what they can do for you.
KCNI KBBN Radio.
Graduation Day, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, all special events that say spring is here. So, to celebrate, Bow Family Furniture East Highway 2 in Broken Bow invites you to save on genuine Lazy Boy furniture through the month of May. Every piece of Lazy Boy on our showroom floor, recliners, sofas, and love seats, even sectionals, they're all on sale. Come in and say for yourself. There's only one place to go for great selection and low prices on Lazy Boy. Bow Family Furniture, quality furniture, family prices.
Unfortunately, that air conditioning system of yours isn't quite smart enough to tell you that it needs a tune-up. That's why Taylor Heating and Cooling's technicians are there for you. Getting a tune-up now gives you peace of mind and helps you avoid making a frantic call when your system breaks down. You can also save on energy costs and reliability and catch small issues before they become a major problem. Contact your local technicians, Taylor Heating and Cooling, at 872-6196. That's 872-6196 for Taylor Heating and Cooling.
It's spring in Nebraska, so you know what that means. Cold mornings, mud and ice, and of course, calving season. Agland ATV is fully stocked with the accessories you need for this season. Full cabs, heaters, light bars, and everything you need for your Polaris. No one has time for a breakdown, but they're bound to happen. We just happen to have the best shop crew that will get your ATVs and Rangers back on the job as soon as possible. We're here to keep you rolling during calving season at Agland ATV in Broken Bow.
Always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
8:17 is your time, and we have another guest in the studio that we are excited to visit with here in just one moment. But I did want to remind you that we will be having a live radio broadcast and also, I believe, a Facebook recording that will be posted immediately after we do the radio broadcast up at Taylor today. Stitched by Jesse Rose Quilt Shop is having their grand opening tomorrow, and the guys are going to go up and visit with the owners about that. So that's coming up later on today. Right now, though, it's Mid-Plains Community College time, and Casey is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you in. There's probably several things you want to cover, and also you guys have been having a conversation about something pretty exciting. So I'm just going to sit back and listen to you guys talk education.
Well, perfect.
All right.
Well, first of all, I want to say this would normally be the time of year where I would be telling you, make sure you get registered for Nurse Aid, for our summer Nurse Aid class. However, our summer Nurse Aid class is full.
Oh, boy.
I know. That's great news, right? If you're already registered. If you were thinking about it and you haven't got in yet, then that might be a little bit more challenging for you. But we'd love to put you on the wait list. There's a pretty good chance that somebody changes their mind, and typically we can allow in a student or two from the wait list. So if you've been thinking about it and you want to get on the wait list, please do so. Also in the healthcare field, just a reminder, we continue our Heart Saver CPR classes throughout the summer. Every month on the last Friday of the month, we host a CPR class for just anyone who needs to get their certification. So if that is you, you can register online or you can give us a call and we'll let you know if the next one is available. I heard Pam say yesterday that the May class is filling up, so we might be booking into June now. So just keep those things in mind if you're wanting to get registered. But
yes. Are you ready to talk about this?
I think so.
Okay.
We have a big piece of news. It's I don't know if I can call it breaking news because it has been out since, Wednesday night. But if you weren't paying attention, this might be breaking for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I guess I'll just come out and say
you want
it,
me to
right?
lead you into it?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Well, every month after the Mid-Plains board meeting, Ryan Purdy with Mid-Plains Community College always contacts us, and we visit with him, and we appreciate so much their transparency to share what happened at the meeting. And at the end of our conversation, he made a huge announcement. And by the way, we'll play back the interview with Ryan on Monday morning on Public Affairs at 10:05 on KCNI. But he made the announcement that dual credit classes, and when we talk about that, we're talking about high school students who are taking college courses, right, while they're still in high school. And he said for those who take dual credit courses, those courses will now be free of charge, beginning next school year, I believe, right? 2025-26.
That is correct.
That's amazing. That is, when he said that, my eyes are like popping out of my head. Like, wow, that is a big announcement, and it's a big step too for the college to approve that.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been kind of where the path was leading for several years. For a long time, students just paid the regular tuition rate, which was already discounted, but was still, around $100 or so a credit hour per credit hour. And a few years ago, we were able to, through some funding that came through, we were able to reduce that rate down to $50 per credit hour, which was a huge savings. I mean, that was essentially cutting about 60% off of the cost of a college class. And through further funding and different ways that this has come about, they are now going to be free for any student who has not yet graduated high school. I mean, this is such a huge step forward. And I just can't wait to see the impact that this has on our students, because as I was telling you guys off the air, it's always been really hard to think about somebody, sitting in a math class and student A, because their parents were able to pay the tuition, could take that class, but student B, who couldn't come up with the tuition, couldn't take that for credit.
But maybe wanted to.
And had the test scores and things like that. And that was always really hard, but it was just kind of the way that it was, and we just never really felt that was the right thing to do. And so for our board to trust our administration and their advice and what we're looking to do, this is a huge step. And I think it's going to make a huge difference in students planning for college and what they end up doing. Because I know that the cost of the class was sometimes prohibitive to students and affected their decision on whether or not to take that class. So we're very excited.
Yeah, it is exciting news. And I know that I could tell that as Ryan was sharing the news in our interview, you could sense his excitement on it too, that they were able to make this happen through Mid-Plains Community College. So,
yes, absolutely. I just think it will open up so many more opportunities for students, and that's really what we're all about, right? Is every opportunity that we can, that's what we're able to do. So we're already expanding some courses to different schools. I just saw some requests come through yesterday from schools that have traditionally not requested classes, and now they're ready to do that and provide those opportunities for students. So often I talk to people and they're like, well, I didn't have that chance when I was in high school. And it's true. I'm in that boat too. I was kind of in the early stages of college credit for high school, and it just wasn't something that was available to me. And then for a long time, as I mentioned, students and their families bore the cost of those tuition rates, and now to have that be available for free. And I know that there's probably someone sitting out there going, well, I paid tuition. Why should these kids get it for free? And you're right, you did, and you made that investment, and that is well done. But as society evolves, things change.
Yeah.
And I would hope that we want things to be better for future generations. So yes, while some students in the past did pay tuition, it's just a little better now. So, yeah.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. You mentioned off the air that it levels the playing field for the kids. If there may be some kids out there that don't have the revenue available to them, whatever the reason may be, that doesn't stop them now. It doesn't matter about the income of the parents or the income that this student has. it's available to them.
Yeah, and I should mention that the board has voted that tuition is free. So
yes.
there may still be some fees involved. There may be costs of textbooks involved.
Ryan mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
He said textbooks and things like that would still be at the cost of the student.
Yes, but for the most part, if a student is taking a class in high school with a teacher who's a high school teacher but also teaches college courses, usually the textbook is provided by the school. Mm-hmm. It's for some of those extra classes. Like if you want to take accounting outside of your regular school day, then you may end up paying for that accounting book. But so just keep that in mind. And sometimes classes can have some special fees and things. So just bear that in mind that you may still get a bill if you are taking a special type of course. But the tuition is what is covered. And it's just going to change the way that we do things. But if we didn't change, where would we be?
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for clarifying that too.
Yeah.
On the tuition.
Yeah.
Is the part of it that's free.
Yeah.
I like to joke with Ryan sometimes, and I missed a golden opportunity. I meant to ask him when I hung up. I'm like, man, I should have asked him. My girls a few years ago had to pay for their class. Mm-hmm. Will we be reimbursed for that? I know what his answer would have been, but man, I wish I would have thought of asking that to him.
Do you want to know what my former math teacher answer to that is?
Yeah, what is that?
You've been reimbursed in knowledge.
Oh, that's a good one, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
I'm actually going to write that down. I think I can use that with my kids.
I think you can use that as use that as a retort for a lot of things.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exciting news.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. Just a reminder, we are open and available all summer long. Our summer hours change just a little bit in that we are Monday through Thursday, we are available 7:30 to 5:30, but then on Fridays we are open till noon. And that is the new policy, by the way, for the entire college area. So even in North Platte and McCook, traditionally they have been open until 4 on Fridays, but now the entire college will be going to that little modified schedule there. Fridays are always a little slower for the college, and most business gets taken care of Monday through Thursday. So you'll see us until noon on Fridays throughout the summer, and then it's going to go really fast. I mean, pretty soon we're going to have a car down on the square, and just a little sneak peek this year, it's not a car.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. Coming soon.
Well, if it's what I think it is, it's going to be very popular.
It really is. This is going to be a big one. But it's going to go so fast. And pretty soon we're going to be down there promoting the car. And then all of a sudden school will be starting. And we'll be ready to go. But congrats, early entry students. Free tuition.
There you go.
Thanks, Casey.
Thanks.
Casey Johnson, Mid-Plains Community College here in Broken Bow. We'll take a timeout with these words.
Building something big or just tackling a do-it-yourself project, whatever your vision, they've got the supplies you need to make it happen at Ansley Lumber and Supply. From lumber to paint, tools to hardware, Ansley Lumber and Supply has it all, with top-quality products at unbeatable prices. And with their friendly expert staff, you'll get the advice you need to get your job done right. Visit them today in downtown Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Open Saturday, 8 until noon.
May is Beef Month, and we're celebrating big. Win our quarter of beef, a 7 cubic foot freezer, and 3 bold bearded hog barbecue seasonings in our grand prize giveaway. Second and third place snag an 8-pound prime rib and savory steer seasoning. Register all May at participating local businesses or by tuning in to The Breakfast Show. Get full contest details at sandhillsexpress.com. Don't wait. Beef up your chances to win today.
Visit The Secret Garden every day in May for gorgeous annuals, succulents, and vegetable plants as well to get your garden started. They'll even plant your pots for you. Make sure you remember them for when you need sympathy and memorial gifts, and shop online anytime at thesecretgardenonline.com. Open every day in May Monday through Friday, 11:30 to 4:30, Saturdays 8:30 to 4:30, and Sundays 1 to 4. The Secret Garden, just west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing the list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Burning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at burningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get you started. Burning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
Remember the time you used to spend fighting weeds and bugs? Now you can spend that time elsewhere because aerial application is your best advantage against these problems. Let Aero Aviation take control.
When you need a helping hand to get the most from your land, Aero Aviation, let us take control.
For over 50 years, Aero Aviation has been serving the area. Contact Casey to schedule your aerial application this spring.
It is 8:30, actually 8:31. We have our next guest in the studio. Rick Nelson is here, and we're going to talk with Rick about whatever he wants to talk about this morning, Custer Public Power. Did want to remind you we are going to be broadcasting live later in the show from Taylor in honor of the grand opening for the Stitched by Jessie Rose Quilt Shop. So be sure and listen for that. That'll also be on Facebook as well. Rick Nelson, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you, Dave?
Oh, I'm all right, but you got to give us a break.
What?
Don't you think just once on a Friday when you come in here, you could like have a sweatshirt on and some baggy pants of some kind?
Do you own a T-shirt?
Yeah.
Just a old T-shirt.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever wear it?
Like a white T-shirt with no sleeves in it.
Stains on it, stuff.
I do have a couple of those that I wear when I work around the house.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well,
never leave the house with them, but
well, as you can see, we leave our
yes,
houses
we do.
with our clothes.
It's what we wear to work.
Go look, and that little solar light comes on because the closet doesn't have a light, and it comes on. I go, oh, there's a shirt, and that's it. Nice jacket and shirt. No kidding.
Well, thank you.
Brent mentioned that when you walked in. You always look sharp.
That. I really do.
You know, you dress for success. That's what they say.
Well, yeah. So I had a mentor when I first came to Broken Bow that it stuck with me ever since. Said, I may not this may not be the highest paid job in town, but they gave me a job and I represent whatever, and so I'm going to wear a jacket and a tie every day. And so that kind of stuck with me. I gave up on the tie thing, but
well,
anyway,
it works. You probably are sending us a signal. Maybe we should dress a little bit better, especially we always think because we're radio guys, it doesn't matter what we look like. It's what's going on in the studio, but that's not true.
It's all in your voice.
I guess. Some days that's not very good, Rick, but I'm just being honest.
I get that.
So when you've been in the last few shows, we've talked about lots of different things, lots of things going on as far as checking out the poles out there and making sure that they're going to last as long as they can, and the crews have been doing that. And we've been talking a little bit about some of your summer plans, that some projects that will be maybe even worked on now.
So the Arnold project, I drove by that yesterday. That is, I got to believe that's about all done. Looks like the old line's racked out. We've got the new line tied in. Got some underground done. So I think we're in pretty good shape there, and that project is complete. They are finished at the Safranic sub, so all the work at the Safranic sub should be done.
Okay.
They have moved to gates, Gate substation. I believe next is Halsey, the Halsey sub. So that includes, it includes everything around Halsey. So that's the town of Halsey, that's Purdom, that's the forest. So it's everything around Halsey.
That's good. And if I want you to know it's serious. If the double T in Halsey doesn't have power, the beer's not cold.
Yeah.
It's important that you keep electricity to the double T.
That's why we're testing the poles, so that we can keep the beer cold. That's the main focus in the world.
And the wonderful food they cook up in the kitchen. They got to have electricity for that as well.
Wonderful. So there's also a couple of poles down in the Callaway Oconto area that we couldn't get to last year. So they're heading back down there. But I think that pretty well Weinman. So Weinman comes up after that.
Okay. That's Arnold again?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's south of Arnold. Yep.
Are the pole crews still out there, Rick? I don't remember how long they were expected to be here. The ones that are out there that are checking the poles.
That's what we just talked about.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you meant some work, but that's the pole checking. Okay.
No. We've taken the summer off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shut some.
So Halsey and Weinman sub. So south of Arnold. So what we talked about was the pole treaters.
Yes.
And so those guys will be out there. Again, the reason to talk about it is it's a Colorado plate. It's got our sign on it.
Mm-hmm.
Want to make sure everything's okay there. But that truck and those people will be up in the Halsey area.
Okay.
Next, they're in Gates now. So,
okay. I lost you along the way there. I apologize.
Yeah. Well, so we do have a project coming out of the Safranic sub that we'll be working on.
Okay.
I think they got staking complete on that. I'm not so sure. I don't know how close they are to starting that project.
Okay.
But they did get the Arnold one done. So.
All right. I would think we would have most of the pivots with the weather we've had and so forth have been fired up and maybe even being used to make sure that the seeds come up.
Yeah.
So I would think most of the pivots out there have probably been tested and running.
Well, I hope so. It's we're getting into that time frame where we're probably past this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it again. If you're going to be moving to a field, like we talked about, we're probably all the seeds in the ground, maybe not. If it's not, then you're moving to a field and you haven't tested the pivot yet, then for crying out loud, if you can get there beforehand, find out if it's running. If it's not, we can get out. We have a little bit of time to fix it. It's when you have planted up to the pivot and you want to move it and it doesn't run. That's where the problem lies.
Sure.
Because we got to hurry up and buzz out there because you're waiting on the pivot to move. So
yeah, okay.
But
still a little of that maybe.
Yeah, there's we hit a May peak, all-time peak, and so that's a lot of irrigation running in May, and I'm fearful. I'm probably not going to talk about it a whole lot, but I'm fearful that it's going to be a long irrigating year, and so I think I talked about this last time a little bit. Where you have until May 31st to make any changes to your control. We've had a couple of hiccups along the way. Had to make some changes, and with all those changes, we wanted to make sure everybody had a opportunity to, with the change in cost, is that the right control level? Is that, do you want to move up? Do you want to move down? So we extended that to May 31st, but after May 31st, everything is treated the same as we've always done in the past. So.
Okay. Well, certainly if the weather patterns don't change, We're in a drought area right now, or part of a good share of the county is.
Yep.
Take a couple good rains to change that. Let's hope for that.
Yep.
When you have meetings and you talk with NPPD and the folks on your board, there's nothing we can do about the weather. Is there anything as far as your plans that change and prep for high demand? You can only provide so much electricity, I suppose.
No, we're Custer's all ready for it. We like to think that we are kind of ahead of the curve a little bit. MPPD is in the same boat. You may have heard a lot of discussion about we're running out of power. That's not really the case. We're running out of power in 3 or 4 years if everything comes on, but not today.
Okay.
And it's not that we're running out of power, or NPPD's running out of power, Custer's running out of power. It's just the fact that there's so many of these larger entities that are sitting out there wanting to move forward, but in their planning horizon, that's a 2029, 2030, 2031, come online date.
Mm-hmm. So
that all fits in with getting generation on board. NPPD's got close to 1,000 megawatts of generation ordered, and so it's I think okay.
More long term.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good to know, because just like when you want to move that pivot in the spring, you also want to see it keep running in the growing months, summer months. So we're hoping that all goes well.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure that happens.
Okay. All right. Now we want you to talk about what you had on your mind when you came in here today, because sometimes we lead you astray. I'll be first to admit that.
No.
Sometimes we get you off on another road.
Really?
And any road will get you there, but sometimes it takes longer.
Yeah.
And
it takes 35 minutes to get back to where I wanted to be.
We're not going to do that today.
No, really?
No, we are not going
to.
I
kind of counted on that because I don't have anything to add.
We'll be fine.
No.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
But we do want you to know that Custer Public Power will be charged for the entire half hour.
Yeah.
Even though we're wrapping things up.
It's called what they call prorated.
Here's a gift for Brent.
All right.
A gift?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
A red bag
I'm
with
touched.
a surprise in it. That's a Custer Power energy
I was
wise.
going to say, that's a nice bag.
Yeah.
Is that just the gift, the bag? Because that's a nice gift.
So
Do I have to give the bag back?
We have 15 minutes, so there's something in the bag.
Oh, okay. All right.
just saying.
All right.
Oh, it's got a zipper on it.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah.
That's... You know what? That's great for
So
going to get...
Oh,
know.
Wow.
I know that
These are nice.
Dave doesn't wear a hat very often, but I thought maybe Brent did.
Oh, yes, I wear hats all the time.
Wow, that is...
I checked with a significant other, and I think we're okay.
Good. Yes. Oh, man, these are
whoa,
nice.
Whoa. You don't get the second
no,
one.
I don't get the second one? Okay.
That
so
one.
what am I to pull out here
So
then?
you get that one. I get this one.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So I'll put my hat on. Wow. I like this hat. I like the color of it. Oh, I got to take my headphones off first, don't I?
Yeah, it's Friday.
Radio guys, you just can't.
Hey, man, that fits good too.
That looks nice. That's a nice
All
blue.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's more in here. Am I to pull this out too? Okay. There's another. Well, this is a nice hat.
Black one. That's good looking.
Custer Public Power District, empowering progress.
Yep, that's wife approved, so that's good.
Oh,
also got a little
yes,
the thing on the back and one on the side.
Oh, hey, you got there's a picture of a guy climbing a pole.
That's
on
cool.
the side of the hat. That's nice.
And
commitment to zero contacts.
There you go. That's what we strive to do.
There we go.
That's a summer hat too.
Committed to that.
That's beautiful.
That's ventilated.
Now,
okay.
There is something in there for Dave.
There is something in there for Dave.
It's an alligator.
So this is a very
limited. This is for Dave.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
This is a very limited edition.
Okay.
Wow.
Usually, our state senators only get these kinds of bags.
Wow.
So.
Wow. I feel.
Are you telling Dave and I that we are to that level in your mind? We're as important as a state senator?
In our minds, yes.
Oh man, that is nice.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Again, so for everybody listening,
yes,
this is, while it's special because, it's going to Dave and Brent, it's really not that special because I literally cleaned out the closet. So there's books in the bottom of that.
Yes.
You, Brent, so this is actually for Dave. Brent has an assignment for the summer.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. I'm gifting those
Thank you.
to Dave to quiz you on, and so you got to give it to Dave.
Okay, there you go. And I've got a poster.
Yeah. Poster tells you everything you need to know.
This is cool.
So,
what is current? You'll find it on there somewhere.
Okay. Current is the flow of electrons.
Yes.
According to the poster.
Yeah.
Get charged. A circuit is a closed loop of wires or other conductors.
Yep, that's a circuit.
Wow. We could hang this up in the studio,
and
when you come in, we'll just take a term.
You could look at it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you got over there, Dave?
Oh, there's some really interesting questions or statements here. Heroes under Go Fly a Kite, page 8. Did Benjamin Franklin really fly a kite in a thunderstorm? And what did it tell him and us about the relationship of lightning and electricity?
Wow.
Batteries. This is crazy, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the world's electricity come from? ? How did a dead frog help the invention of the first modern battery?
Wow.
I got to look at that. That's page 10.
That's page 10.
The electricity files shock. This was on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, so this is actually meant for a fourth grader, so it fits in just perfect.
Well, thank you for finding something that kind of reaches us at our educational level.
I like it.
We do appreciate that.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, so those of you listening, so Brent had a poster, and
yes,
Dave has actually a, it's not a coloring book, but it's a educational pamphlet about electricity. I don't know if you two remember, but I've actually brought that in the past and quizzed you.
We remember quizzes that we failed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we passed very many.
And so I'm gifting you these two documents so that you have an opportunity to learn all about electricity and how the frog relates to a battery.
Yeah.
Did you find it yet?
I'm on page 10. I didn't realize a fourth grade book would have such big words.
Yeah.
Since we're kind of talking, in all seriousness, I know that you guys at Custer Public Power, you'll visit with children.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's important. I mean, it's important to have the education for young people to understand what electricity can do.
Yep.
And I know that you guys are very involved with area schools and stuff, teaching these types of things, which is important.
Which let's put a plug in for that because the hotline trailer, which, by the way, I think touches just about everything on that poster. Our hotline trailer, we'll take it out and visit anybody with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of our educational process. I know in the past, I'm not sure we've sent it out yet this year, but in the past we've, fire departments, high schools, kids' programs in the summer, we'll go to anything, and that's all the way across our entire service territory. And part of that hotline trailer is actually learning, what to do when a wire falls down on a car, and what does a spark look like. So some of it is actually a little bit of it's entertaining. You get to see what a hot dog feels like when it gets electrocuted. And it's so we do a hot dog because that ends up very real, because it's cool on the outside but burning on the inside. And that's what we're communicating is electricity goes through the body, it doesn't go over the body, and it's a bad thing to happen. So, but anyway, when we go through that hotline trailer, most of that stuff that's on that poster we talk about: circuits, GFI outlets, grounding, what to do, how to step out of a car that has a wire on it, the whole 9 yards. So happy to do that anytime, anywhere. And so if there's anybody listening, call Cindy. She will get you set up and be happy to get you set up.
Great.
Our guys love doing that. It does a couple things. One is it gives them a little bit of a break, but it also gives they enjoy talking to kids. They enjoy talking to people, and they enjoy talking about what they do. And so that's a big plus in our education process. And so that, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's kind of where this stuff all stems from. So.
Yeah.
Wow, this is Brent. The assignment to start with for you will be.
Do I need to write this down?
No, you can just remember this.
Oh, okay.
I want you to start your own electricity scrapbook.
Oh.
So you can use your scrapbook to tell the history of electricity, or collect pictures of your favorite electrical inventions.
Oh.
Or just put anything you get charged up about.
Nice.
In the scrapbook. The frog thing.
Fourth grader.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The frog thing. Luigi Galavani, a professor of autonomy at the Academy of Science, studied frogs. He noticed that sparks from a machine in the lab could make the legs of a dead frog twitch. He performed other experiments in which he makes the frog's legs jump by touching it with different pieces of metal while it lays on a metal table. Galvani concludes wrongly that electricity from the leg itself was making it move. But fellow scientist Volta, Alessandro Volta, had another idea, and he was thinking correctly, that the electricity comes from the different metals touching the frog. He thinks that the wet frog leg is only a conductor of electricity. Volta uses his discovery to invent the first battery in 1800.
Wow.
1800.
Fascinating.
And it was also the beginning of the death penalty. Using voltage.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa. So back in 1800, here's a little deal for you. So back in 1800, was that AC or DC? Oh, boy.
I don't think AC/DC started playing until the 70s.
Yeah.
I'm going to say DC.
My license plate says back in black. It's funny you bring that up.
DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
DC was before AC.
Well, geez, 1800, that's the first battery, and there's a picture.
But unfortunately, DC power doesn't have as much jolt as AC power.
Okay.
And that's one of the things back in New York when they were spreading out, is it a Tesla DC, or is it, what's his name? Electric guy.
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going for?
The Doge guy?
Oh. No.
Well, you said Tesla. That's what.
Tesla's a name of the dude that had DC generation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh. It's not a vehicle.
Rick's getting frustrated with us.
Oh boy. Did I mention fourth grade?
Are you gonna take the gifts away?
No, I might.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Brent.
Yes, Dave.
You can make your own battery out of a lemon.
Yes,
Really?
you can.
Yeah.
The fun part of it is there's even a picture that shows you how to do that.
That's cool.
There's also a picture of a live frog who will not be alive much longer. Yeah, you make your own battery out of a lemon. You insert one strip of copper and one strip of zinc deeply into the lemon, making sure the strips don't touch. Then use a voltmeter to measure the voltage between the two strips, and it should be about 1 volt.
Huh.
Electrons flow through the acid in the lemon juice.
There you go.
Crazy.
Acid. Yep. That's when they started to notice that they could use chemicals from a battery perspective.
And the other thing that we have to do, I know a lot of people like Ben Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
And Benjamin was, an inventor of a lot of things. But according to this 4th grade book, the Greeks really were way ahead of Benjamin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had conducted some of the earliest experiments with electricity. They find that a piece of amber fossilized tree sap is rubbed with fur or cloth, it will attract lightweight objects such as feathers. So in other words, they were creating static electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
I didn't have the word static in here. I just added that myself.
Wow. That's impressive.
It has to do with electrons.
Yeah.
Wow.
This 4th grade book makes me feel pretty darn smart.
Yeah. Hey, we've been having a lot of fun this half hour, so thanks for doing that with us. But
no, absolutely.
Since we're on the education aspect of it, I assume that the STEM trailer has kind of been out and around during the course of the school year.
Yep.
Probably has kind of finished up.
It's back to our office.
Yeah.
It's complete. Taryn has a plan for 2025, 2026, and so I can't wait to announce that coming up. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Two other things that I wanted to hit. So along with the high voltage demo trailer, we also have a demo tabletop that we put out that really brings it to home because it's a model of a farmstead, what to do on the farm kind of stuff, and it's called Power Town. We usually bring that up as well. To hit the irrigation, so I mentioned May 31st. Everything changes. The fee goes back on June 1st to any changes that you make in irrigation. So right now there's no fee to make that change. Usually after April 1st there is. So just a couple of things I wanted to clear up.
Okay.
After May 31st, that there will be a fee to make a change in your control. There was one more thing that I can't remember, but I really appreciate this. I can't wait to come back and see how Brent's doing with his
scrapbook.
Yeah,
and the lessons. I'll be using this book for quite a while on the show to question you. I'm gonna let you read it.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah. So I can study.
And I'd be happy with turning that around, but my memory's not getting any better.
So the one more thing just to touch on before we get out of here. Rodeo is July 18th. Put that on your calendar.
Okay. July 18th.
Yep.
One-of-a-kind rodeo, lineman's rodeo.
Yep, lineman rodeo.
It'll
be at the fairgrounds. We'll be setting it up that week before. You can drive by, you can take a look at it. It's pretty impressive what our guys do, and what we'll bring in a bunch of guys from across the state and just kind of wipe it out in a hurry. The only other thing that I need to mention, since you are giving me some time to talk.
Plenty of time.
June 6th is the cutoff for the summer camp. And that summer camp's going to be July 21st through July 25th.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Got
to
the note
check
there.
my note.
Good man. Good man. Unfortunately, we are getting close to running out of time. We'll not be able to cover any politics or tariff news this morning, so I apologize for that.
Well, yeah. That's probably good.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
And we have gifts.
Yeah, very nice.
I love this hat, by the way.
Yeah.
This is kind of the style I like.
Yeah.
So
Looks
thank
good
you
on
very
it.
much. That's kind of you to bring this stuff
thanks for
out.
the cup.
Absolutely.
And the book, Electricity Files Shock.
From the Discovery Channel.
Yeah. Talks weather and climate, oceans. It's very how you measure electricity, volts time amps equals watts.
You said that's like 4th grade level?
I don't know. I made that up.
Oh.
But
it just seems
4th grade fit here. So
yeah.
Well, I bet
I'm
4th grader.
I'm kind of the size and height of most 4th graders, so it seems fitting.
Pretty nice, and they also have references in here for reliable websites to learn more about electricity too.
Yeah. Well,
So
there
that
you
don't get them off on a rabbit hole they don't need to be down. So
they probably talk about nuclear power there.
There is a glowing page.
Yep,
there it is.
I would, in all seriousness, if you're ever setting up what you talked about, I've never seen the hot dog demonstration. Seriously, I've never seen it, and I really would like to see it.
Yeah.
So if
it's real.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I say it. Well, I think Dave is one who told me, but I've heard from others who have seen it. It impacts you when you watch that demonstration.
So it's unfortunately it's about the same amount of water that we have in the body, and the water is what takes it from one spot to another.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of a human finger, human hand, your earlobe, your head, everything.
Yeah, it wakes you up. It really does.
Yep, absolutely.
There's a lot of power there.
Cindy's listening, so she'll put you on the list for, when we're having this somewhere, we'll call you.
Yeah, thanks, Cindy.
Oh, we could do a remote, breakfast show remote.
Yep, and I'll wear my hat.
Oh, we'd actually do that at no charge.
What?
Yeah.
Because of Brent?
Well, I think it's important.
I
think the safety side of it.
Speaking of a remote, and then we're way over time, but sorry, I don't know why I'm tracking that for you.
That's all right. Well, you'll see it on your bill.
Yeah.
Our meter's running.
That's why I'm concerned about it.
No.
State Fair.
Oh, it's going to be here before we know it, too.
Pretty quick. So everything gets busy in the summertime, and that's just going to pop up, and it's going to be there.
Always look forward to that, too, because, well, you have a lot of very great guests that show up for that show. And
we're so the booth itself is fantastic. I'm on the planning committee with some NPPD people, and it's going to be once again a kind of a one-of-a-kind kind of a show, and good booth, and it's going to be exciting. So
that kind of tells us summer's over when we get there, but there's lots of things happening between now and then, but it will be here quick. But we always look forward to that, and been going down since you invited us many years ago. So
it's
been great
since the first one.
Yeah, very first one. Man, I'm getting old. Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
Custer Public Power, our guest. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back with news. Lots more to come.
Thanks for starting your day with us.
It's gonna be a good day.
Every morning. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
At Team Physical Therapy, we offer extended hours 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and walk-ins are always welcome because we feel convenience couldn't be more important when it comes to your health. Even further, we can visit you in-home for physical therapy if you can't make it to our office. From pre- and post-pregnancy pain to dry needling and everything in between, call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or visit us at myteampt.com. It's your choice. Choose right. Choose Team Physical Therapy.
We're back. This is Christine Moniger, and on behalf of all of us at Culligan Water Conditioning, I have some great news. We have officially moved back to our original location at 214 South 5th Avenue, right here in Broken Bow. It's been nearly 10 months since the storm tried to wash us out, And while the rebuilding process wasn't always smooth, we made it through. Thanks to the incredible support, patience, and encouragement from our customers, our community, our friends, and our family. There is a new roof. The doors are open, the lights are on, and we're home. Right where we belong, and we are ready to continue doing what we do best, delivering dependable water solutions and the trusted service you've always counted on. We're back, and we're not going anywhere. Stop by and see us at 214 South 5th Avenue. Culligan, better water starts here.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. More than 300,000 commuters who make the daily trek between New York and New Jersey are stranded after New Jersey transit engineers went on strike over a wage dispute.
It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a disaster.
Planning on carpooling or swimming across the Hudson.
They're cleaning up after severe storms in the upper Midwest. A suspected tornado hit Angie Fiore's home in Mayville, Wisconsin.
I could feel the pressure drop. My ears popped. I kind of like it sucked the air out of the room.
Ukrainian and Turkish officials say the first day of peace talks with Russia ended less than 2 hours after they began, and it's uncertain whether they'll meet again in Istanbul. Seth Jones at the Center for Strategic and International Studies.
Unless increased punishment is on the Russians, I just don't think that Vladimir Putin is going to actually cut a deal in Ukraine.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. 783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
On Thursday night, the Denver Nuggets forced a Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals with a 119-107 win over Oklahoma City. Nikola Jokic, 29 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. Jamal Murray added 25. Game 7 on Sunday at Oklahoma City. In the Stanley Cup playoffs on Thursday night, the Winnipeg Jets stayed alive with a 4-0 win over the Dallas Stars, who still lead the series 3-2. The Carolina Hurricanes won at Washington 3-1 to take the series in 5 and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. Baseball Thursday night, the Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Athletics 19-2. Shohei Ohtani, 2 home runs, 6 RBI. He's now tied for the Major League lead with 15 home runs. And after the first round of the PGA Championship, Jonathan Vegas has the lead by 2 shots thanks to a 7-under 64 on Thursday.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. A high wind warning begins at 10 a.m. today and continues until 8 p.m. tonight. Slight chance for showers today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 65, northwest winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, lows dip down to about 39. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Currently 57 under a sunny sky. Winds are a factor already. We've been seeing them out of the west-southwest, 15 to 25, gusting up to 35 miles per hour already. Barometric pressure rising at 2967, humidity at 57%. Pleasant temperature. Yesterday's high was 71, dropped down to 48. 600s precipitation from 7 o'clock yesterday to 7 o'clock this morning, so we're at 4,600s for the month. And the amounts out there, as we talked about earlier, are going to be varied depending on how that last storm tracked through your area. Well, we know where part of our crew is. They're north of here, northwest up at Taylor, Nebraska. And we're excited to hear this because there's a new business there. And Jeremy Scheib, Tina Hertz there, along with the new owners and operators of the Stitched by Jessie Rose Quilt Shop brand. So shall we go to Taylor?
Let's do.
Let's find out more with Jeremy. Jeremy?
All right. Thank you very much, Dave. Yes, we are in Taylor, just as you had said. And we're already having a great time. We met the guard dog. Charlie is here. We're at Stitched by Jessie Rose, and we're going to be talking all things quilts, Jessie, and we're going to be touring this beautiful shop that you've got here. Tina was kind of giving me the story on the way here, kind of catch everybody up maybe on the history of quilting for yourself and both like your spaces in the past and how the shop came to be, and then we'll dive right into all of the details when it comes to your opening and the services that you have.
Okay. So I started quilting when I was a little girl, made my first quilt when I was 6, and I kind of dabbled in quilting my whole life, but never really got super into it until about 8 years ago when I moved back to Nebraska to be with my family, and I have a lot of wonderful quilters in my family, so they inspired me to really dive into it deeper. And I started just making quilts for myself and my family, and then people started asking me to make them quilts. And I said no, and I said no, and I said no, and then my husband was like, you should really just try it. So I did, and I made my first commissioned quilt, and it went great, and I thought, well, maybe I can do this. So I bought my first long arm. It's been about 3 years ago now, and we added on to our house so that I would have space for my long arm. And then I decided, well, if I'm going to long arm, I should probably carry some fabric to go along with that too. So I started adding fabric, and then I added more fabric, and then I added another long arm, and we quickly outgrew that space. So it only took about a year for us to outgrow that space, and we decided to put up this building. And so now I have 3 long arms and a lot of fabric, and it's been going really great.
And we're on the radio, but we're going to be posting a video replay for you folks as well that you can watch on the Sandhills Express Facebook page. Tina, just take a quick scan of the room that we're in, because we just heard that this story has kind of come to this point in such a short amount of time.
Yes.
And you were hesitant to dive into something like this, and look at what it's become now already.
I was
beautiful.
Very hesitant, and I only got here with the support of my husband. He's an entrepreneur. He owns a trucking company, and so he was like, you should really own your own business. I think that's going to be the best option for you. So that's how we got here, was with his push and support, because I didn't grow up around business owners or anything like that, but the response has just been overwhelming from the community.
I think when people start up their own businesses, everyone at some point has to get the experience in starting the business side. But when you have a good base of being an expert in something else, something that you started doing as a young girl, that's kind of what you've built it on. And we're going to talk about all the different products, but I can tell you, as someone who has no experience with quilting, I don't know what your number is on quilts you have made, but mine's 0. And what I'm looking at is pretty cool looking in here. So congratulations off the bat.
Thank you.
And we'll talk about all of this, but this is just a gorgeous space.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it really is something that I'm really passionate about, and so it's easy for me.
Now, you're having kind of an opening event going on this weekend. Give us kind of all of the details on that. It all starts with just stopping by, and you can't really miss the building. If you're coming into Taylor from the east, just look for the big blue building off to the north, right?
Yeah, big blue building. It's on Charles Street, so it's on the south side of town in Taylor, and it's right next to our house. And we'll be opening at 9 a.m., so we'll run from 9 to 3. It'll be 15% off your entire purchase that day, and we'll also have refreshments. We'll have a bite to eat and some coffee and water. We'll also have some additional vendors set up in the back area, so we'll have some other people here to show you their homemade products. So we're really excited about it.
Great. Well, should we take a little bit of a tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And show us around, and Charlie's keeping an eye on the front door.
Keeping an eye on the door.
And we're all and people can meet Charlie tomorrow.
Yep, Charlie is always here. He's kind of our mascot, so he's the door greeter. He likes to greet everybody as they come in, and he's keeping an eye out for cats and rabbits out the door.
There you go. You always got to keep an eye out for the cats and rabbits. Yeah. So we're kind of here by the front door area. You mentioned you've got 3 long arms.
Yes.
Obviously, you can partner with people for that kind of work.
Yeah.
But also if people have an idea in their mind, but maybe they're not really an experienced quilter, you can help with that sort of thing as well. You've got kits, and it's all about getting started like you did when you were a little girl.
Yes, we kind of specialize in helping beginners get started. So if you're not sure where to start, this a good place is just to walk in the door. You can choose a pattern. I can help you choose a pattern and help you choose all the fabrics to go with it. That's something that I love to do. So when somebody walks in the door and says, I am not good at putting colors together, I just walk with them side by side and we choose all the colors to go together. And I have lots of beginner-friendly patterns too to go with that.
It all starts with just starting.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How many people do you talk to that, I would venture to guess a lot of people hold on to the first quilt that they ever made, and now they're just kind of continuing on and making more. And how fun is it for you to see where different people are on their journey in falling in love with quilting? That's got to be pretty fulfilling.
It is very fulfilling. I love when customers bring in old projects that they've been inspired to pick back up, because a lot of quilters have those projects in their closet that have been there for 10, 15, even sometimes longer years. And I love that us being here has inspired them just to pick that back up, and they bring it in and they're ready to finish it. And so we give advice on how to finish it and things like that. And then I also have customers who have projects from their mother or their grandmother that never got finished that they're bringing in to get help or to have me finish it for them. So that's really special to just see that inspiration in the community.
You get to hear a lot of cool stories, I'm sure.
I do, yes.
Well, I told you this was going to happen. I said we were going to start a tour, and then I started asking questions.
That's okay.
Again.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start?
Well, we can just kind of go around. And first, I'll just say we carry fabrics from all the top lines: Northcott, Hoffman, Benartex, Riley Blake, Camelot. Give me some more, Sheila. Timeless Treasures. So all the top brands of fabrics, we carry high quality fabrics to make sure that your quilt's going to last. We do specialize in more of the farm ranch style fabrics. So we have lots of cows, horses, windmills, cactus, all kinds of farm animals, chickens, pigs. So we have lots of that things that go with our surroundings, and people.
I even saw some FFA fabric over there.
Yes,
with
yeah.
the FFA logo on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that FFA fabric is great for t-shirt quilts. A lot of people make t-shirt quilts for their seniors in high school or college, and that would make a great addition to that. So, and I also make t-shirt quilts for people.
And when you've got people coming in tomorrow and beyond, I already see you've got some signage out, you've got some other bundles and things like that you can put together and work with people on too.
Yep, we do fabric kits, we do 3-yard bundles, and so this is our 3-yard bundle section here. So we curate these 3-yard bundles for people, and they go with the Fabric Cafe 3-yard quilt books.
Oh.
So you can pick up a quilt book, and there's several patterns in there that you can choose from, and then you can just use this bundle and have a quilt made.
And that's got everything you need in it.
To make the quilt top, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And then if you don't like any of our curated bundles, the 3-yard bundles are a great place for beginners because anybody can choose 3 fabrics. Some patterns take 20, 30 plus fabrics, and a 3-yard is an easy way to start because anybody can choose 3 fabrics.
Okay. Great. And it takes all the pressure off of people like me that are horrible at putting colors together.
Yeah.
You can feel good about yourself at the start. So
yeah, that's a great place to start, and we can always help you put those colors together too.
Okay. Do you want to go this direction or this direction?
We can go this direction. So we have Memorial Day is coming up, so we did our red, white, and blue display here. And this is a quilt that I made that I have in a kit up here. So if you want to make that quilt, I do have the kit for that. And so that's our red, white, and blue display. And then we have, these are fat quarters. So these are all fat quarter bundles. Another great place for a beginner to start if they don't know how to put fabrics together. They can just pick up a bundle, and all the fabrics are coordinated from different lines. And so that's another great place for a beginner to start.
Okay.
We do carry batiks also. So this is our batik section. So we have these batiks, and then more of our kind of Western ranch type fabric. This is our rodeo lines, and then some Riley Blake up here.
I got to tell you, Brent and Dave, if you're listening back at the studio, I feel so over my head right now. I have no idea what, but I'm not going to drive all of the quilters that are watching or listening to this live or later crazy by asking a bunch of questions, because I know all that matters is that you're showing the people that know what this stuff is,
they'll know
that
what I'm
you
talking
have
about.
it. And so I'm just not going to dive into that. I just
Okay.
wanted to touch on that again, because I would have loved to see Dave or Brent doing this, right, Tina? That would have been fun too. I think they'd be in the same situation I'm in right now. You got all kinds of other stuff. I'm overwhelmed at. You probably thought when you first built the building, based on the size, you're like, how am I ever going to fill this space? I think I talked to a lot of business owners that get new spaces, and they're like, how am I going to fill all this space? But you've done it very well.
Yeah, that's kind of always the running joke between me and my husband, because when we first built our other space, I was like, oh, this is huge. I'm never going to fill this up. And then, of course, I filled it up in a very short amount of time. So now that's our running joke is, oh, we're never going to fill up the space. But now I know that I will easily fill up the space.
You have to get one of those ladders like they have in the old libraries so that you can use all of the space on the walls around.
Yeah, there's lots of space up there.
There you go. Okay, we'll continue on this way. Nice that you've got some seating out here. I know a big part of quilting is planning and laying things out, taking a look at it before you make that purchase, and you've got plenty of space in here to do that.
We do, and that was something that we struggled with in our old space for sure. So yes, a big part of, you're right, quilting is planning. And I also wanted to have a space just for fellowship. Because a big part of what I'm trying to do here is just bring people together. And so I wanted to have a space where people could just sit and talk and visit. And so we do plan on having coffee once a week where people can just come in and just visit, because I'm trying just to bring the community together.
Well, we all have our hobbies and our way that we meet other people, and I think that is a great idea, even off of the bat before you officially reveal the space. I think that's a great idea to start out with.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of great conversations, and a lot of quilting is bouncing ideas off of each other.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So there's that space there, and back here in the corner looks like some finished products and things.
Funny thing with this story, the pot holders, I make these, and this is actually where I started. I didn't start selling quilts. I started selling pot holders. And I went around to vendor shows just to get my name out there and talk to people. And so as much as I don't have time to keep making them, it's kind of my legacy. Everybody loves the pot holders, and so I'll probably keep making them. But that is where I started just a few years ago, is just making pot holders.
Okay, there you go. It all started with the pot holders.
It did.
Well, I'm glad you made a space for them.
Yes. And then if you look up here, we have some of our panels hanging. And this is our panels that we have here. And we have lots of panel patterns. Again, another great place for a beginner, just to start with a panel and work your way around that. And so we have a few panel quilts hanging around the shop too. So that's another really, again, great place for a beginner. Like I said, we really like to help those beginners getting started out.
If you're just joining us on the radio, folks, we're in Taylor, and we are at Stitched by Jesse Rose, and they're going to be opening up this weekend. We'll kind of hit on those details again before we close out the broadcast, but taking a look at a beautiful quilt shop and all the different things that they offer in their new space. You can certainly come here during their opening this weekend, or with their hours, or their coffee days that they're going to have in the future as well. Let's head back to this back area, and I'm really excited to get to that last wall over there, because that's really what kind of catches your eye, is all that color over there. But
Yes.
you've got all the tools and everything that people need in order to get their projects going as well.
Yes, we carry a variety of notions. So anything from, if you're starting out, you need the basic tools like a cutting mat and rulers and rotary cutters, pins, pin cushions. We have some great tools to help with beginners like the seam guides and needle threaders, marking tools. So we have a big variety of different tools that you can use on your quilting journey. And we also have patterns, lots of quilt patterns to choose from here. So these are, like I said, these are like the panel patterns I was talking about to go with the panels. And these patterns here, these Blooming Boldly patterns, this designer is from Kearney.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we have that local designer also, which is great.
Okay. Great.
And we have embroidery floss. This is a new addition for us in the new building. So we're expanding into not only quilting, but some other needle art. So we have the embroidery floss, and we'll be carrying things for hand embroidery and cross stitching.
I think that's a really good expansion because a lot of the quilters that I've met, they really, really enjoy quilting, but somehow they find time to get into other hobbies as well. So this kind of feeds into that.
Yeah, that's a great thing that people like to do, like when they're traveling or just sitting watching TV, they can be doing something with their hands.
Okay, great.
And then these are all of our 108 wide backs. So we have a really wide variety of 108 wide backs, and these are quilt backs, specially made larger so that you don't have to piece your backing.
Oh, okay. Great.
And then we also carry Shannon Cuddle Minky, and so that's top of the line Minky. And so this is all of our Shannon Cuddle, and then we have a few fleece. A lot of people love, you have to feel this.
I know, I was about to
You
say,
have to-
I
you
feel
have-
like it.
You have to touch it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's really popular to put on quilt backs, especially for babies.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I come across very few things that look so soft that I feel like I don't even have to touch it to realize how soft it's going to be. But it kind of over surprised me.
Yeah, it's very soft. We just go by and just feel it.
There you go.
And then this is our Christmas section. Of course, it's not really Christmas yet, but a lot of quilters are getting started on their Christmas projects. And now is when our new Christmas lines come in, actually.
Okay.
So we've started to get some new Christmas lines in.
And I would venture to guess that this is like anything else you want to check back often when you're restarting a new project. I know people like to maybe buy 2 or 3 projects ahead sometimes, but check back in often because you're probably always adding new stuff, right?
We are always adding new stuff. And one of the things that I do to keep my inventory fresh for my local customers is I sell online also.
Okay.
So I'm able to move through my inventory a little faster that way, and I'm able to bring in fresh new inventory at a higher rate than maybe some of the other small local shops.
Okay. Remind me at the end to ask you where people can shop with you online
Okay.
too, okay? Don't
Okay.
let me forget about
Okay.
that. We'll work around here. We're in the back corner now, folks, and we're kind of coming up to a lot of color. And this wall goes from front to back, doesn't
Yes,
it?
yes. This is just a full wall of fabric. And so in the back here, we start with our blenders. So these are more basic colors that you can put with your focal fabric that's going to have more prints and stuff. And then I want to point out behind you also, I also design t-shirts.
Okay.
And so these are my t-shirts that I design. And so I have those available as well. And I'm always adding new styles.
Okay, there you go. And a lot of them, well, based on what I'm looking at here,
Yeah.
have to do with
Yeah.
quilting.
Yep.
right?
Yep. They have to do with quilting. So this one says easily distracted by fabric. And then you have my therapy is quilting. Eat, sleep, quilt, repeat.
There you go.
That's one of my favorites. Quilting is my therapy. That's a popular one. In my quilting era.
There you go.
So I design all of these myself.
Life is short by the fabric.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's a popular one too. Quilt more, worry less.
There you go.
Yeah. So I really enjoy designing those.
And I would venture to guess the people that you have coming in here as customers live by those words that
They
are on
do.
those shirts a lot, I'm sure.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they're just inspired by my journey, so I know I share that with other people.
Great. Well, we're kind of working our way up here to where we started by kind of your front area. But if people are just joining us, we're in Taylor, and we're at the new quilting shop, and we'll just kind of run down all of all the big machineries upstairs.
It is, yes.
And then all of the materials and things like that are down here.
Correct.
But the main thing that people should know is that whether they're getting started with the hobby or they're deep into it, whether they're starting their first project or their 1,000th, you're here for them with everything that they need, from support to materials and tools.
Correct. Yes, we carry everything you need from start to finish. And I'll point out now that I also carry batting, so you need that to finish your quilt. So I carry Quilter's Dream batting, and that's what I use in my long arm services, and I also carry it prepackaged. So that's another thing you need to finish your quilt.
Okay, great. Is there anything we talked about a lot?
Yeah.
And you've got a lot in here.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we talk about everything you wanted to mention today before we kind of give those last details again.
Okay, yeah. So one thing we didn't talk about much is long arm services. So I do offer long arm services. I offer an edge to edge design. So that's the same design over the whole quilt. I have 3 long arm machines, 2 on a 12-foot frame and 1 on an 8-foot frame. So I can do those. One of the most common questions I get is, can you do a king size quilt? Yes. I can easily do a king size and an oversized king size on my 12-foot frames. So I do offer that. I carry the backing and the batting to go with that. And so if you want, you can just bring your quilt top in and we can get it finished. I also offer binding service. So if you'd like to just get your quilt already ready to cuddle up in when you get it back, you can get it completely finished if you want.
Okay. The sky's the limit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm overwhelmed, but I know that all of this information is not overwhelming to people that know what we're looking at. I think the number one message here is that you've come so far since your 6-year-old self got into this. It's got to be exciting, though, and I can tell you're very passionate about it, so congratulations on all of this. And run down the details again about tomorrow, kind of your sales and what your plan is hour-wise.
Okay, so we'll open at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be open from 9 to 3. We'll have 15% off the entire store, so that's really great, even off the sale. And we'll have refreshments for you while you shop. I don't know if I mentioned before, too, we have a free gift for the first 20 customers.
Okay.
And then we also have vendors set up in the back. So we have some other local vendors with handmade items that will be showing you what they make.
Okay. And then do you have an idea on hours going forward and kind of what that rundown will look like?
Yeah, our hours are Monday through Thursday, 10 to 5, Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 1.
Okay, perfect. And the website, we were going to ask about that,
Yes.
if they want to purchase from you there.
Yes, you can shop online on my website, and that's stitchedbyjessierose.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, look for the blue building when
Yes.
you come into Taylor. That's all you got to look for.
Yep.
And congratulations again. Have a lot of fun tomorrow. I know I don't have to tell you to do that.
Yeah.
But you filled the space with a great offering for people. And I think this is going to be a great opportunity for quilters that maybe haven't connected yet to connect and just kind of bond through your passion. So I think that's great.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Anything we didn't mention before we go?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, there we have it, folks. You need to come out and see this in person. Contact Jessie about all of the different offerings she has, from long arms on the big king size, or even extra large king, is that what you said? So all the way up to that, down to your very first starter kit, to the pot holders where she started. It's all right here in Taylor at Stitched by Jessie Rose. With that, we'll send it back to the studio, and don't forget, folks, we're going to have this full video tour posted up on the Sand Hills Express Facebook page for you as well. We'll send it back to the studio.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. We have more information to pass along to you before we close the show. Moline Seed and Fence was founded by the Moline family in 2014 southwest of Callaway with a simple concept: to serve farmers and ranchers by providing quality fencing and livestock supplies. They continue to meet the demands of all livestock producers, providing watering and fencing products of all kinds, from barbed wire to hedge posts, creosote post pipes, and panels. Give Moline Seed and Fence a call and have their team help you lay out your next project. Call 308-529-0781 or visit them on their web at molineseedandfence.com.
Duda Plumbing, The guys you want when you need a new septic system or your existing system needs a good pumping. With Scott and Colton boasting over 40 years of experience, they know a thing or two about keeping things flowing smoothly. Don't wait until your backyard or basement smell like a swamp. Get on their schedule for a pump every 2 years. For the really tough spots, their sewer camera can spy on what their eyes can't catch. For over 40 years, Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
9:34 is your time. Thanks for listening and or watching The Breakfast Show. And again, that Facebook posting will be getting posted here soon. All about Stitched by Jessie Rose Quilt Shop up in Taylor. Grand opening tomorrow. Again, they open the doors at 9 o'clock. The Ansley Public Schools are seeking a qualified and motivated individual to serve as the Maintenance Transportation Director. This is a full-time, year-round position and plays a vital role in overseeing the daily operations of the Ansley facilities and transportation services. And part of it, and a big part of it, will be helping to ensure a safe, efficient, and welcoming environment for all students and staff. And they're also looking for a dependable and motivated school custodian to help maintain a clean, safe, and welcoming environment for the students and staff as well. If you're interested in any of these positions, call Kim Jonas at 308-935-1121. That's 935-1121, or download a copy of the application from the web page, ansleypublicschools.org.
All right, let's stay on the job opportunity front. The Nebraska Department of Transportation has a great opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Broken Bow and Ansley. At the NDOT, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, have ample paid time off, work-life balance, and provide a comprehensive benefits package. To apply, you need to go online, so go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
Bass Enterprises, Teresa Bass and Addie Jo Martin are excited to announce they have moved. You can find them now at 221 South E Street in the Pearson Building, just east of the Maple Park Dental Office. Be patient as their work is in progress right now with the move, but they are there. They offer health supplementals such as dental, vision, accident, cancer, and disability, Medicare with all your major carriers, life insurance from term to whole also available. And also, when heading out on vacation, this is something you mentioned yesterday, Brent, and I think it's something we overlook all too often, especially if you're leaving the country. When you're on vacation, check with them on travel insurance. Your own medical insurance doesn't always cover you in another country. So travel insurance does. Ask Bass Enterprises about your options before you leave the country. It's very quick, easy, and simple to sign up for. Stop by and talk to them at 2021 South E Street in the Pearson Building, just east of Maple Park Dental. Also, you can give them a call at 870-1485, 870-1485.
Visited a couple of days ago on the Breakfast Show with Daniel with Crossroads Mission Avenue, and we were talking about the return of the Broken Bow Mobile Food Pantry through Food Bank of the Heartland, and it will be coming back to Broken Bow this weekend on May 17th. They'll start serving food at 9 a.m. They'll be set up again at the Custer County Fairgrounds, so that will be the place of the food delivery. Again, everything is boxed up now, so you just get in line, you drive through, they'll load you up. And we always remind you, this is for anyone and everyone. There's no income restrictions or anything like that. Might be a couple of questions that you have to answer. But other than that, this is open to everybody. The mobile food pantry is available to you free of charge. Also, they are looking for some volunteer help. So if you're interested in doing that, you can call this number, 402-303-8761. Again, the Broken Bow Mobile Food Pantry will be set up at the Custer County Fairgrounds beginning at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Well, we talked earlier about the citywide cleanup here in Broken Bow. That is tomorrow. And there are some things that they cannot accept tomorrow, and there are an option or two here for later in the month. The household hazardous waste collection will be taking place. The Lexington Area Solid Waste Agency, the Nebraska Department of Environment and Energy's Waste Reduction and Recycling Incentive Grants Program, and dedicated local volunteers bring you this free service on Saturday, May 31st from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Lexington Area Solid Waste Agency. 76460 Highway 21 is the location. Items accepted include yard and garden chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, flammables, paints and thinners, auto products, used oil, antifreeze, household products and cleaning chemicals, mercury and batteries, auto, lead acid and rechargeable titanium, nickel, all the different things that you can't get placed somewhere they're going to take. Fluorescent light bulbs also. No infectious waste and needles, radioactive waste not accepted, asbestos not accepted, oil or paint containing PCBs not accepted, high school lab not accepted, appliances, construction waste, and tires not accepted, and no computers. So if you have more questions about this, call them, because the program reserves the right to reject any materials. So you might want to talk to them ahead of time. Call 324-3351, or you can call let me give you the whole number, 507-837-2068. This is available online, this information, and you can also give them a call to find out more. But that is coming up on Saturday, May 31st.
Well, sometimes when you live in a community, you'll use the phrase, where would we be without? Well, where would we be without the Tumbleweed Cafe?
Oh, gosh.
It's a staple, man, and they are ready to serve you each and every day at the Tumbleweed Cafe here in Broken Bow. Don't forget, they serve daily specials Monday through Friday for lunch. Of course, that wonderful Sunday buffet, which so many enjoy. They have that each and every Sunday. Also, don't forget about their Wake and Bake Nook, open every Monday through Friday till 6 p.m. Excuse me, that's when you can pick up a frozen pre-made dish and then just be able to take it home and pop it in the oven so you have something delicious and ready to eat later in the evening. Also, don't forget, Monday through Friday, 6 to 11 in the morning, you'll find delicious breakfast items ready to go, including things like burritos, sandwiches, cinnamon rolls, biscuits, and gravy, just to mention a few. And along with the Tumbleweed Cafe now, there's Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill for drinks and delicious sports bar food. Check them out, Tumbleweed's Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill, west side of the Tumbleweed. Open 7 days a week from 5 until 10 p.m., but they'll keep the grill on until they walk out the door.
There you go.
So there you go. Check it out, Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill and Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow, Nebraska.
I was reading the Electricity Files Shock book.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Lots of interesting items here.
Yeah, kind of shocking.
It is very.
What you were
it's
reading
electric.
in there?
It's electric. Which electrical term comes from scientists who advanced our knowledge of electricity? That's a question that I'll give to you later.
Okay, great. Hey, we got one more thing to talk about. It is the weekend. Maybe you're getting together with some friends, going to hang out on the patio or whatever this weekend. Well, maybe you need some nice cold beverages to enjoy, and there's no better place to go than the Whiskey Barrel in Broken Bow, Nebraska.
They set a lot of people up nicely for graduations, receptions, and so forth, but they're up for any thing, like if you're having a gathering and maybe some family coming in, stop by, they'll take care of you. And remember, don't look for a fancy and glittery sale. They just have everyday low prices, and Stan will take care of you, and he's got a great crew. And you always want to check out the marquee. That's always interesting at the Whiskey Barrel. They're open 7 days a week, and they're for you all the time. Nice, clean, lit store, and great inventory and good people. All right. I think that's it.
Okay.
We appreciate you folks.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. We'll be right back to close the show.
Your friends at the Callaway District Hospital, as well as the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, are always striving for excellence. Reserve a ride with their public transit service. Learn about their specialty clinics, explore careers, and connect with them at CallawayHospital.org.
Graduation Day, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, all special events that say spring is here. So, to celebrate, Bow Family Furniture, East Highway 2 in Broken Bow invites you to save on genuine Lazy Boy furniture through the month of May. Every piece of Lazy Boy on our showroom floor, recliners, sofas, and love seats, even sectionals, they're all on sale. Come in and say for yourself. There's only one place to go for great selection and low prices on Lazy Boy. Bow Family Furniture, quality furniture, family prices.
Thanks for listening this week, folks. We'll be back again next week on Monday at 7:30, and Brant will be with us for a portion of the week, and then he'll be covering the state track meet at Omaha and covering all the kids who qualified.
Yeah, we'll start with that on Wednesday.
Talk to you on Monday.